Hello, once again, good people of the interwebs. It is time for another review. And when I think most of us will agree that something happened, and apparently, it's another Dragon Ball game. This one is Dragon Ball Z, The Battle of Z. Based off the newest installment, Battle of the Gods, in which you can see here, which we see, well, God Goku on the cover, as well as his nemesis, I believe. I knew it. I'm not sure, but of course, if you pre-ordered, you get not only the Naruto costume, but you also get Super Saiyajin Bardock. Now, if you haven't owned this game quite yet, or if you pre-ordered it, then you have two. Otherwise, you might just have one DLC. Now, from what I've played of the game, it plays a lot like the Capcom version of Mobile Suit Gundam versus Zeta Gundam. You basically go lock on, but lock on and attack your opponent. Of course, this is Dragon Ball Z, so that means high-speed action at its finest. You can, of course, go with the usual, like pulling off the Genki Dama or the Kamehameha or the Final Flash or the Mount Sanko Sapo. You can do all this stuff and then some, and of course beat the living shit out of one. Not only do you play on the side of this is a cool feature. You play on two sides. First you play on the hero side, and the next side you play as is the villain side. But of course, they also have, you're going through all the storylines. You're going through the Saiyajin arc. You're going through the Frieza Namek arc. You go through the Android arc. You go through the Boo arc. And you go through the Battle of the Gods arc. Now, there's also another arc that goes by Another Age. And Another Age just has all these, where the what ifs and everything. Like, what if this were to happen, and this were to happen, and this were to happen, Because Dragon Ball Z is a whole... In the game universe, Dragon Ball Z is nothing but a whole bunch of what ifs, and this is what would happen with the what if. Now, since I pre-ordered it, I have two, whatchamacallits. I have two DLCs, which is basically Goku in a Naruto sage costume and just Super Saiyajin Bardock. Now, since they're all missions, that's all it is. It's just really all missions, 60 of them in total. Of course, you're going through all the story arcs on both sides. And, what can I say but 4-on-4 action. This morning when I played, rather yesterday morning, when I actually played a bit more, I finished the Namek arc, or the Frieza arc. So I figured, you know what I should do? Let me try playing in co-op mode. Co-op mode, you're basically playing with either the following. You're either playing with 2 up to 4 players. Of course, you know, depending on the situation, you might end up with 4 human players and 0 computer assists, or you might end up with 2 human, 2 computer. Well, let me tell you, it is good, but it isn't that simple. You basically have to watch your retries, because it basically works with stopped lives. That's what this game is really. You have stopped lives, and if your life stock hits 0, you fail the mission. So you really have to be careful. I mean, if you played Gundam versus Zeta Gundam on the arcade, then you know how it is. You have to wait till you respawn and make sure that when you respawn, you don't get blown to hell and back. Just have to be real careful. I'd say with this game, I have to say, I like it. And for those who have 360, or I'm not sure if it's for PS3 or later systems, but if you don't have this, I recommend you getting this, especially if you're a DBZ fan. You don't have to be a die-hard DBZ fan, but you just do need to get this. Try it for yourself. If you like it, you know, it's good. Don't, well, that's on you. But I mean, I have to say, I played this for like 2 days. 2 days ahead of time. And mind you, this copy that I hold in my hand is the one that I actually got a few, like 2 days later after the release of this game. Because I actually bought 2. One for myself and one for somebody else. But yeah, as I said before, this game, you have to just take out the mindset that it's a Dragon Ball game and think, you know, you have to think Gundam. You have to think arcade style, Mobile Suit Gundam. You have to think like that. Because that's how you have to do it. Because you're going to have to go after, your opponents. You know, it's more like, you know, hide and seek, really. Because they're trying to run from you, you're trying to run to them, and you're trying to beat the living shit out of them. So basically, yeah, if you want to go like that, that's the way you have to play this game. And basically, that's how I've managed to just plow right through the game. I had to take out the fact that, oh, it's a Dragon Ball Z game. Oh, I could just go boom, 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 set up, Kamehameha. No, you have to do this whole thing. You have to take that mindset out. It is a Dragon Ball Z game, but it plays like another game. So you got to use a different mindset other than, you know, Dragon Ball Z. You have to think Gundam. And like I said, it really is that good. You know, there's a bit of strategy involved, but not by much. Your D-pad actually is for the strategy, while the analog is for control. I like that feature because it's different, you know. And, you know, you start off on the ground. X is for ascending. A is for descending. Y is your melee, B is your key blast. I learned a few things too. Like, there is an ultimate, but you have to press 3 buttons. You have to press I believe left button, Y and B, I think. I might be wrong, but you have to press those 3 buttons, and you can make an ultimate. You can do your ultimate rather. But with Y and B, it's your standard, your standard super beam attack, like Kamehameha, Masanko Sapo, that sort of thing. But it's worth trying out for yourself if you're into that. I like this because, it doesn't play like your average Dragon Ball game. It plays like something else. And I applaud that, because we all know Budokai played like from 1 to 3 it played totally different. 1 was like you went through the story. 2 was more like you were playing on a board game. 3 was just like 1. But actually no, 3 played out like an overview RPG. You just had to fly from one place to the other and all sorts of other good stuff like that. But mainly, everything else, it played differently. That's the one thing I do like about the Dragon Ball Z games. They all play differently. Even though they have the same style of one-on-one combat, or in this case, 4-on-1 combat or 4-on-4 combat, it was totally different. And of course, that's aside from the arcade version, like Cho, Dragon Ball Z, VRVS, and the other games. Even the prior ones, like the Butoden games and UB22, that sort of thing. That is basically the differences of all the Dragon Ball games. They play the same way, but the way to get there is totally different. Even the one based off the anime, which was based off another game, the Great Plan to Destroy the Saiyajins. Yeah, that played differently. And even Dragon Ball Kai on the DS, that played differently, but, still. The difference was it was turn-based. But aside from the point, this Dragon Ball game kind of plays more... It's like the battle in the co-op mode kind of feels like it could be close to an MMO. Even though it's not an MMO, it had that feel like it's an MMO. Even though it plays totally different. But I really do recommend Dragon Ball Z, the Battle of Z, or really the Battle of the Gods. I'm going to call it that, the Battle of the Gods. So with that, if you don't have a copy, go get you one. And hopefully I see any one of you guys out there, whether you're a sub or a lurker alike, I'll see you on the battlefield sometime. So with that, I've been the Tenkaichi of Gaming, and that was my review of Dragon Ball Z, the Battle of the Gods, or the Battle of Z. And I'll see you with more videos. Take care. God bless, and of course, Tenkai Muso.